Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new series in Out of the Park Baseball 19. And we're going to do something a little different. This is going to be just a new series. We're going to continue our Pittsburgh Pirates Dynasty series. I'm not ending that. I'm just trying something a little new to give you guys some more content and see how you guys think about this new thing that I'm going to try out. So, what we are going to do is we are going to play as the Detroit Tigers. We cannot be fired, just so we can just see how this team goes through. We're going to play both general manager and manager because we are going to be managing. Thank you. We are going to be managing every single game that the Detroit Tigers play. Now, what that means is there's going to be 162 videos in this series at least, because I am going to post every single game. And what that means is you guys as fans can pick and choose what games you want to watch, but they're all going to be there and you could do with them what you want. And one more little twist to this series is we are going to do a fantasy draft. So we're going to schedule a nice little fantasy draft here. So we're going to hit that, and this means we're going to reset all rosters and all players will be free agents, and we're going to have an inaugural free agent draft. Okay, so they're giving us the 19th pick in the draft, and it is a serpentine draft, which means it's going to go through, and then the first round is going to be in this order, and then the second round is going to start with Philly and go LA, San Diego, Oakland. Okay, so that's how that's going to go, and the point, how I'm going to try and build this franchise is pitching centered. So we're going to have hopefully some really good pitchers, and I'm also going to look for hitters who hit for a high average. This team is not going to be built around power because Comerica is not the greatest power place, but has a lot of outfield space, so you can get a lot of singles, doubles, and triples. And that's what we're going to try and aim for, but yeah, let's get right into the draft. We're just gonna auto draft until next pick by Detroit. So here is what we are left. We're going to go right to pitchers, and I'm going to go right to starters. So the best starter out there for me to draft, it's saying, is James Paxton. Bumgarner's out there, but he's out for 8 more weeks. Carlos Carrasco, Jacob deGrom, Keuchel, McCullers, Quintana, Servina, Verlander, Archer, Cole. Okay, so I think I am going to draft Paxton. I think he had a breakout season last year, and I think he could have another really good year. So we are going to take James Paxton. The Big Maple. Love that nickname. Let's get to the next pick by us. Okay, so it is now the second round and the 19th pick. And we are going to take, I think I want Garrett Cole. Or should I take someone even better? Should I take McCullers Jr. at age 24? Should I take Keuchel? Carrasco is also a really good pick. I mean, it's kind of hard to go wrong with any of these guys. I could take Luis Severino. You know what? I'm going to take Severino. I think this kid is going to be a stud. Let's get to our next pick. And we are going to pick... I could pick Ohtani. That would be pretty interesting because he would not only be a really good bat, he could also be pitching for us. That's kind of cool. I am going to take a look at the batters at this point because I do need some kind of offense. Let's take... Ooh, Lorenzo Cain would be pretty good out there in center. Chris Davis, but he's power. So I'm actually going to take Lorenzo Cain. I know he's a little bit older, but I think he is kind of what we're looking for. He's not really a power guy. He's more of a line drive hitter, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to take Lorenzo Cain, and let's get to the next pick by us. All right, so I'm going to go back to starters, and I'm going to take another starter, and I think I'm going to take Garrett Cole because I was looking at him before, and that's all good there. Let's get to our next pick. We're going to get some kind of batter. So we have a center fielder. Let's see. What position should we work on next? We could pick up. He's out for 6 to 7 weeks. We could take Alex Bregman here, third baseman. Pretty good contact, pretty good gap power, and that's kind of what we're looking for because, like I mentioned, big outfield. So we're actually going to take Bregman here. All right, let's get to our next pick. And we're going to take, I just want to see something. Actually, no, I am okay. Let's go back to starters. Ooh, we can get Sonny Gray. I'm actually going to take Steven Matz because he is a really good lefty in the rotation. So we're going to put him on in there. And let's get to our next pick. So I have 4 starters already, and they're all pretty good. So we're going to go back here to all players. So there's a lot of bullpen help left, so we're not going to address that yet. We're going to address our hitting situation as of right now. Yeah, Todd Frazier. That's fantastic. Oh, I clicked on David Dahl. My apologies. And let's see. So we have a third baseman, and we have a center fielder. Let's see who maybe we should pick up. You can't really go wrong with Joe Panic, who has a 65 contact. So you know what we also could do is we could see batter ratings and see contact. So they're saying Jose Abreu has the best contact left out there. That's actually kind of interesting. That actually might be a really good pickup because he does have pop, but he's more of a contact guy. So we're actually going to draft Abreu. And let's get to that next pick now. We're going to stick with batters for this pick. And I think we're going to want... We can also do this by overall and then just look down through here and see what really gets us excited. Thames doesn't really get me excited. We have a first baseman. We could go David Dahl, but I'm not a huge David Dahl guy. Brad Miller hit 201 last year. That's not really what we're looking for. We could pick up Justin. He doesn't have that good contact that we're talking about. Nick, center fielder. We have one of those. We could get our catcher, Tucker Barnhart. That's actually that's a good play. We're gonna pick up Tucker here. He is a switch hitter, which is kind of nice for a catcher. So, yeah. And we are going to get... Ooh, Cole Calhoun. I kind of like that. He's got some gap power. He's got good contact. He can play right field. That's about it, but he can play right field. Yeah, we're going to pick up Cole here. So, draft. All right, and let's get to our next pick. Let's see who we got left for starters. Okay, so the starter market obviously went down pretty quick, but this is for our 5th starter, and I think we're gonna draft. Who do I believe can really pitch well here? No, not Julius. We could pick up Patrick Corbin. There's also Clevenger, Cashner, Matt Anderisi, Tyler Anderson, Brad Anderson, who did not do well. Chris Stratton with San Fran. I think we're going to take Matt here. Yeah, because he's got some good control and some decent stamina. Although Tyler Anderson's got fantastic stamina. This guy could be our innings eater. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to take Tyler Anderson. Get a nice innings eater. He's going to be a lefty. That's fine. We're going to draft him. Okay, let's get to our next pick. And let's look at all players. So closing pitchers are starting to get taken here in round number 11. So we're going to pick up a closer. And I'm going to try and pick up... do I want Herrera? That's really not the best closer. Birdie's out for 4 months. I think Wade Davis is our best option here. So we're going to pick Wade Davis up. And how are we looking for all relievers? So there's still a bunch of 3.5, 4-star relievers out there. So we can hold off on drafting relievers. Let's go back to batters. And so we still need a second baseman, a shortstop, and a left field. And why are they giving us just all catchers right now? Okay, that was weird. And we're also an American League team, so we can get a nice DH, and it'll be okay. But let's see here. Brandon Drury did quite well for Arizona, 267. So we're going to pick him up and put him at second base. So draft. All right. So we need a shortstop and a left fielder yet. So let's see who we got under the shortstop banner here. We could pick up Jose Iglesias, who does play with Detroit. Not really the best average, but could be. He's got great defense. A 65 defense is fantastic. Let's also check left field and see if there's anyone that we really want. No one that really stands out in left field. So let's go back to the shortstop and let's just take Iglesias, the Cuban. Let's get to our next pick here. And I think I am going to look at all relievers, sort by overall. And I'm going to start taking some bullpen guys because I want a really good bullpen to go along with that rotation. And do I want Hudson? Kind of pitch to a higher ERA. Who should I pick up for the bullpen? I think we're going to take... All right, Visaino, get out of here. I think we're going to take Keona Keela. He is just very, very good, very lights out and young. So we're going to draft Keela. And we're still in the market for a left fielder. So let's see what they got for us this time around. We could pull out Altair, such a low contact, but he's got good gap power, which is kind of nice, but I don't think that's what we want. We could get Adam Duvall from wow, he is power. He's got pop. I don't think I want that really though. Like I said, I'm looking for that contact. Could pick up Corey Dickerson. Chase Headley, no. Derek Fisher with Houston. You know what? Let's pick up Derek Fisher, and he's 2.5, but he has potential to rise to 4. His potential, he could go up in contact, which would be nice. Like a 55 is absolutely just fine for what we need. He's got a 60. He can go up to 65 in gap power. So we're going to pick up Derek Fisher, and we're going to draft him. All right. So we have all the positions filled, and we have a closer, and we have 1 reliever, and we have 5 starters. So what we want to do, what is our scouting? They want us to take, okay, so they want us to take a prospect, Victor Vodnik, and I'm actually going to listen to him because why not? Take some good prospects, build up that minor league system. Is this another prospect? This is. So we're just going to draft some prospects for now. And that'll be fine. Okay, so this is our backup catcher. They want us to draft a backup catcher now. So let's look at all the batters. And this is the best of what's left. And I still need a designated hitter because this is the American League. I'm looking at Josh Harrison, although he is really going to want to start. And I kind of just want him to play DH. I mean, that is a starting spot, but could put Tommy Joseph in there. That might be fun. You have Jose Martinez, first baseman for St. Louis. He's a really good defensive first baseman, though. He's more known for his defense. He's got good contact, though, and that's really what. But I like Harrison's. I like Harrison with his 65. So we're gonna pick up Harrison, and we're gonna see what happens. And then we're gonna pick up our backup catcher now, because that is a good idea. And how's this guy? I've never heard of Victor Carantina. He played for Chicago last year. Great gap power, decent contact. Not really the best catcher, but I mean he would be riding the bench anyway. We could go with Caleb Joseph, but again, not what I'm looking for. So we're actually just gonna take this Victor kid, and he's a switch hitting batter, which is kind of nice. So we're gonna draft him on up, and let's get to our next pick. Let's see, who do they? They still want us to pick up this catcher. Well, let me tell you, my man, I already picked up a catcher, so we're not listening to that. Let's go to relievers, and let's get another reliever. Let's get our lefty specialist. What do you guys think? Dan Jennings. He is absolutely lights out, but Grant Dayton, he's coming back from Tommy John. That could be a little tough. Blevins is a really good against lefties. Boxberger's pretty good. Ryan Butcher. I think we're going to take Dan Jennings here and have him pitch against lefties. That's going to be our lefty specialist. All right, and we are now picking our 19th pick. I think we're going to stick here in the bullpen, and Matt Bush is interesting. The former number 1 overall pick in the draft back in the day. I really thought he would have more stamina because I think he was supposed to be a starter, but interesting. We could pick up Brett Cecil, although he's a lefty, so I don't want too many lefties in the pen. Let's pick up Nick Goody. He's got some pretty good stuff. His movement's not that great, but his control's also not that great. I think we kind of want control out of the bullpen, so let's actually pick up Nate Jones here, because I don't want walks from my bullpen. Hate walks. Absolutely hate walks. All right, so it says we have 5 relievers and 6 starters. Who do you want us to? They still want us to pick up that catcher. We're not picking up that catcher. I'm telling you right now. All right, let's see if we could get some backup bats here. It surprises me that Ryan Zimmerman is still out there on the market. I mean, sure, he's only 2.5 stars, but he had a pretty good season last year. 36 home runs, 106 RBIs, 306 or 303 average. Does Villanueva? His expectation is a bench player, but he can only really play third, so that's not really gonna fly for our purposes. How about Andujar? He can only really play third also. So let's get to the next page here. Yandy Diaz, he can play a bunch of positions, which I love to see. He's got some pretty good contact, some pretty good eye discipline, and yeah, I think we're gonna draft Yandy Diaz here. Put him right in there. Okay, so we have a backup catcher and a backup infielder. We could get an outfielder, a backup outfielder, that is. Markakis is going to want to start. How about Spangenberg here? He's a bench player. He can play a bunch of positions too, and he's got pretty good contact and gap power, so we're actually going to pick up Spangenberg here. Spangenberg, where did you go? Right here. So I like that pickup, and he's a lefty off the bench possibly, so fantastic. Do you still want me to pick that catcher up? No, they want me to pick up a reliever. That sounds great. Let's go pick up another reliever. Wow, there's still a bunch of pretty good relievers. We can get Diekman, who can also be a lefty specialist. I mean, he's got 80 stuff versus lefty. He's got terrible control though. 40. I really do like Diekman though. He's a pretty good lefty specialist. Even though we do have, you know what? Let's get another one. That'll be okay. We'll get Diekman. All right, we're currently on the 25th round here, and they want us to pick up that catcher again. No. Let's see who else we can pick up. Let's pick up a starter in case one of our starters go down. Let's look at that. So stamina, Wai Chen. Nope. Jojo Romero. This kid looks like he could he could be in AAA. He's a pretty good defensive pitching fielder or fielding pitcher. He's a sidearmer. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, let's get JoJo here, and we'll stick him in AAA, and maybe we'll need him. Maybe not. Draft him. All right. So, there goes Ryan Zimmerman off the board. Toronto took him. They want us to draft Robert. Yeah, that'll be just fine because that'll be some more pitchers in AAA, and we definitely need that filled out. So, let's look at all players left. And who would you like me to draft? They want me to draft Chris Davis, and there's no way because he is... No. We're not taking Chris Davis. He's definitely on the quick downward slope, and we don't need that. We could pick up Eduardo Escobar. Again, though, we don't really need a third baseman because we have Yandy Diaz coming off the bench, but can play second, short, left. That is kind of nice. You know what? I actually might take Eduardo Escobar. As long as... but he wants to be in the starting lineup, and that's just going to cause problems because we don't have a spot in the starting lineup for him. Bring in Tyler O'Neill. 22, plays right field. That could be a pretty good pickup, actually. He's got power. He can't play center field, though, which kind of stinks. I kind of like my outfielders to play all three, or to be able to play all three positions. Lind, I don't want Adam Lind. Let's go one more page and see what we got. We got Billy. We could bring in Melky Cabrera, although he can't play center field either, apparently, which is interesting. And barely can play left. We don't need another left fielder. I'm actually gonna bring. Where was it? I'm gonna actually bring in Tyler O'Neill. I think that'll be fine. He's young, but kid can hit. All right. They want me to bring in Ryan Goins, a 30-year-old shortstop who can play second and short, and can't really do a lot. Yeah, we're gonna bring him in just in case we have injuries or something and we need some experience. So I'm gonna listen to him there and draft him. Let's get to our next pick here, the 29th pick in our draft, and let's go to relievers. Well, let's see who's around. Darren O'Day, Chazro, Sergio Romo, Pedro Strop, he's pretty good. I think what we want, we need another righty because well, why not? What about this Blake Parker? Pitched on the Angels, pretty good ERA. That looks pretty good. His control's a little tough with a 45. O's pretty good. Had a pitch to a higher ERA last year. Could bring in Ziegler. Ziegler's always an adventure, side armor. But I think we're going to bring in Blake Parker. I think that'll be okay. Draft him. Let's get to our next pick. And they want me to bring in Chad Rogers. And that sounds good to me. He'll be in AAA, that's fine. Ponce de Leon. He will also be a AAA starter. So we're drafting AAA people at this point in the 31st round. And that means we are going to simulate the rest of this draft. Complete draft. So it's going to finish up the draft here, and then we're going to set up the team, and we're going to see what it looks like. And yeah. All right, so we have made it now to opening day, and here is what our lineup is. Our primary lineup's going to look like: Lorenzo batting leadoff, Derek Fisher, Abreu, Bregman, Cole Calhoun, Iglesias, Josh Harrison, Tucker Barnhart, and Brandon Drury. And our rotations: Paxton, Severino, Garrett Cole, Steven Matz, and Tyler Anderson. So pretty lights out rotation. Our bullpen, they're putting Keela right now as a closer, but I think I'm going to want Wade Davis as our closer, so let's just switch that up. And they also drafted this kid named Sam Selman, and so we're going to keep an eye on him. Probably going to send him down. Don't think I want him. Nothing really good down in the AAA bullpen, but we'll keep an eye. I mean, Sierra's pretty good. But we will keep an eye on that. And let's check our preseason predictions real quick. Okay, so they have Toronto winning the East. They have us winning 88 games and winning the Central. I love to see that. We're definitely going to try and make that happen. It looks like we are going to be the superior strikeout team with 1,500 Ks. That is fantastic. And only allow 683 runs, but Kansas City is right there too. So I think us and KC look like the two best pitching teams in the American League. So that could be a fun setup when we play Kansas City. Let's see who they have real quick. Wood, Felix Hernandez, Rich Hill, Tanner Roark, Seth Lugo, and a pretty good looking bullpen. So that could be those could be fun series against them. Anyway, Seattle winning the West with 91 wins. Angels right behind them. The top pitchers. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, Severino, Cole, and Paxton. Love seeing that. None of our players made the top hitters. They have the Washington Nationals winning the East, Cincinnati Reds winning the Central, and the Colorado Rockies winning the West. All right, so there's our team setup for the season. We're gonna look at the matchup just to hopefully get you guys as excited as I am as it loads through. So it's going to be Carlos Carrasco for Pittsburgh taking on James Paxton for our Detroit Tigers, and we're in Detroit. So that is going to be the next episode. And like I said, I'm going to play every game and post it, and you guys can watch what you like, but it'll be there if you want. So thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you guys think about how this team looks. We might need to go out and get another bat just from like looking at what we got now, but I think this rotation is going to be absolute lights out. But thank you all and have a great day.